Thank you, Mark. So today on Fashion Friday, we're talking about a trend that you might be used to seeing during the winter and fall. It's making a transition to the summer now to get you ready for the heat. And I'm talking about knitting and crocheting. And so you might not be able to guess who we'll have on the show today, but we went to college together at the University of Illinois. We graduated together. And since we last spoke, Dominique Guest has, developed a new passion with knitting and a business venture. And thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Dominique.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So if you could tell me a little bit about what's been going on during this pandemic and your business venture that we're excited about.
So when pretty much in March, when we were sent home to work from home, and originally it was only supposed to be 2 weeks, and then kind of as time went on, it was just like, okay, this is starting to become more of a permanent situation. So I really wanted to start like a hobby, something that can kind of take my mind elsewhere. And so ironically, my mom had some yarn at home, and she had one little crochet hook, and she knew how to do the basic stitch, which is like a chain stitch and crochet, and she taught me that. And then I was like, I just took off from there. And then that's when I started kind of making tops, and then I started making hats, and then I just started making a whole bunch of stuff that I just fell in love with.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Maybe the start of it, at home with your mom. Beanies. I know the beanies were something that was really standing out. How do you kind of choose what you're gonna make and the yarn colors and the fabric type of things like that?
I think it depends on what inspires me, or things that I personally like. For example, Chicago, the city that we're from, is I know a lot of people wear hats and things like that, but I was like, I kind of like I started adding patches to my hats, just something to make a little bit different. And so I make a Chicago hat that's sky blue with the red stars on it. So I loved it because it said Chicago without actually having to say Chicago.
So then the switch from what you were saying, you're constantly learning, looking at videos, evolving, but from beanies with two one shoulder tops, like elegant pieces like that I would have never thought that could even be knitted in that type of fabric. How did you come up with the idea to start doing that? Did you model it on yourself, or what was the idea with that?
I think it was just I would see on Instagram people made tops, or people made just all kind of things, or blankets, and I knew I didn't have the patience for blankets. I was like, tops, I love wearing cute tops in the summertime, so I learned how to make that. Or just I honestly made things based off of what I personally like to wear, and that's why I usually choose bright colors, because I love wearing bright colors throughout the year.
I know another way that you've been kind of getting creative with your content, maybe on social media, is through TikTok. So could you talk about some of the cool videos that you made and how you decided to do that?
I literally when I first started hearing about TikTok was last year, and I really was never on it. And then I just got on it, and I was one of those people who got on it and would watch videos for hours. So then I was like, I want to make a TikTok. And so I just started making some TikToks, but I also wanted it to make it about obviously what I'm making and things like that. So, but make it fun, because no one really wants to watch someone just sit there and so I tried to just make things that are kind of funny, or cute, or it's fun. It's fun. Also, it allows people to kind of be interested in doing it themselves, and learning oh, it doesn't have to be crocheting, doesn't have to be something for just old people. We can do it too.
Exactly. And that's what I think is cool. It's you're showing off the work that you can do, but then you also give lessons on, you're saying, the stitch that it is, or just the close-ups of how you even achieve those designs. I think is really impactful. For a lot of people, this has been a time to get creative, and you are just a great example of building skills, making it work for yourself, getting creative with social media. So thank you so much for telling me about all of this today.
Thank you.